Joining me now is Atiba Madyun. He's the founder and president of the research organization Party Politics USA. Atiba, first, your reaction to this verdict: guilty on all three counts. Was justice served?
It's relief, but no, justice has not been served. We still have a long ways to go in terms of the pathway of reconciliation or finding ways to end this the racism that exists in this country that has lasted for over 400 years. But it is a good start. I think it provides some hope, some relief that the justice system today it worked.
Well, just since George Floyd's death last year, the United States has continued to see the deaths of black and brown people by police under various circumstances, even within the last few weeks. Does this verdict do anything? Will it lead to any kind of changes?
I think it's really important for us to remember that in 1963 in Birmingham, Alabama, it took media to film civil rights protesters being hosed by police officers to touch the hearts of white America. What happened last year with George Floyd, it took a young woman who courageously filmed a police officer holding his knee on the neck of George Floyd for over 9 minutes. I know many times we say 8 minutes and 46 seconds, but it was over 9 minutes for it to touch, again, the heart of white America. And it touched the world. So, this is a start. There's so many other cases that we've seen that did not go this way. There is a sense of relief today. There's a sense of hope. But this is still a long road ahead.
It doesn't matter if you follow news or not. This is what it seems everyone's been talking about for the last few days. Everyday people here and around the world have followed this trial, and then the verdict. A lot of people really didn't know which way it was going to go. Everyone just had no idea, very nervous about the outcome. What does all of that say?
Well, the fact that the jury came back very quickly with a verdict says a lot. But I think as we were tuning in to the trial, and it was very hard to believe. And I think that it would have been incredible disappointment today had the verdict been different. But this was different. I mean, it wasn't just a video. It was police officers. It was paramedics. It was witnesses. It was people who testified to show, just the inhumanity that Derek Chauvin exhibited. You could see it in the picture with his knee on his neck of George Floyd. But all of this, it's a good day, but there's, when you think about Tamir Rice, Ahmaud Arbery, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, and the list is too long to speak in this segment, there is still a great deal of injustice that exists in America.
And look, we heard U.S. President Joe Biden weigh in earlier. He's expected to have some words about this verdict today. Could we see any changes at a government level, local, federal? I mean, this is the top person in U.S. leadership saying something about this. So what can happen?
I think what we need to hear from the president today, I'm looking forward to hearing what his comments are going to be, but we need the president to lead. 81 million Americans voted for Joe Biden. We need significant police reform in this country. We need to change the way that we police in this country. And we've got to ways to humanize these stories. And I was listening to Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, and he spoke about the humanity of George Floyd. But this is about the humanity of all Americans. This is about the humanity of not just African American, but Hispanic American, Asian American. All Americans deserve to be humanized in this story of America. The strength of our country is in our diversity. It is in how we love. It is about how we hope. It is about how we seek the American dream. But we can't do that when we feel like the country has its knee on our necks.
And we still have the sentencing in the weeks ahead. What do you think we'll see? What do you think will happen between now and then?
That's what, I think they're going to continue to be people staying engaged in this. We don't want to see a lightened sentence. And so when the verdict came down today, I felt it was a sort of anticlimactic. We still want to wait and see what happens in 6 weeks with the sentencing. But Derek Chauvin deserves to be in jail for the rest of his life. I am going to be looking ahead, as I know millions of Americans and millions of people around the world, to see how the justice system hands down a sentence to Derek Chauvin.